Hey guys, and welcome to Crosstalk. I'm David Madera, your host, fellow entrepreneur, and biggest fan of a good success story. Here, business stories don't just get told, they come alive. This is your front row seat to the incredible journeys that shape thriving businesses and ministries. Every episode, we sit down with inspiring business owners and ministry leaders to uncover their beginnings, the story behind their brand, and their vision for the future. It's all about real conversations, genuine insight, and a whole lot of inspiration. This week, I sat down with Joey Miranda, the president of the board for the historic Pagoda in Reading, PA. Joey's story is one of resilience, faith, and a deep commitment to his community. From leading the charge on the Pagoda's exciting renovations to sharing his personal journey with mental health and growing up Latino in Reading, Joey's insights are both powerful and inspiring. In this episode, you'll learn more about the renovations at the Pagoda and how they're preserving this 117-year-old landmark for future generations. Joey's experiences growing up in Reading and how his cultural heritage shaped his perspective, Joey's walk with God and how faith has been a cornerstone in his life, and the importance of mental health and his message of hope for those facing challenges. This episode is jam-packed with inspiration, community pride, and a vision for a brighter future in Reading.
Right. Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Crosstalk. Today I have the absolute privilege of meeting with Joey,
Yes.
who is the president of the board of the Pagoda.
That is correct, yeah.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Joey, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on here?
Well, you can see that they're pressure washing right now, right?
Yeah, right.
The pagoda is wrapped in scaffolding, right?
Okay.
So the restoration project is underway right now.
Okay.
And so what that means is obviously general contracting with Dolan Construction. They're going to be, it's a brand new electrical infrastructure.
Okay.
And plumbing and heating is all new. So, you know, the symbolic lit up pagoda at night with the red lights is no longer there because they shut the, obviously they shut the power off to the pagoda because they're replacing the lights. So that happened about a month ago. And so projected to be dark for up until, I believe, late October, November.
Okay.
5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So just in time, because it's, the pagoda would always, especially for Christmas, blink its lights to let Santa, to let the folks know that Santa was coming, right?
Yeah.
So it's exciting because now we're gonna have brand new lights around her.
Oh wow.
And so we're gonna alert the public, say, hey, listen, Santa's coming, get those kids to bed, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
So that's perfect timing.
Yeah. So it's been long overdue, to get her restored. Yeah. And but we're excited about it. It's obviously what this pagoda is going to be, for the coming years, for the foreseeable future, but I'm not going to tell you what that is.
Ooh,
so it is to be determined. It's to be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was going to be my next question was what can we expect with this new and improved pagoda? But all right, we'll stay.
I'm not
You're going to have to stay tuned for that one.
You got to stay tuned, guys.
That's great. So I think anybody that lives in Berks County knows the pagoda.
Correct.
It's one of the staples. It's, it's hard not to see it when you're driving on 222 and pretty much anywhere through Reading. So more specifically, what has the pagoda meant for you?
Home. Home. So just a little bit about me. Yeah. So I was born in Massachusetts.
Okay.
In 1971, way before you. And so my family came here in 1975. Okay. So we established roots here. And my family from Puerto Rico, we came here. My mom's side of the family was already here. Okay. And so back then it was a big, it's factories and farming and all that. A lot of jobs here, right? Right. So we came here and I just lived down on, I always say I grew up on the 400 block of Linden Street. Okay. And between the 11 and 1300 block of Buttonwood Street. So no matter where I looked, the pagoda was right there. Yeah. Every time we would go away and we would come home and I would see the lit up pagoda on top of the mountain, I knew that it was home. So Reading, the pagoda, like I said, it's just home to me. Yeah. It just fits. Yeah. Yeah.
And growing up in Reading, pretty much your whole life. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously having this in the background, this being what really signified home for you. Right. What did it mean? And actually, we'll take a step back. How did you even get involved with the pagoda? What's that story?
That's a good question. So At the time, I used to work for an agency. I was a case manager in the city of Reading and working with individuals with mental health.
Okay.
And so there was a local restaurant that I would always go to. And so the owner of the restaurant, the one day I just kind of happened to walk in and she threw out my name and she goes, I'm going to recommend you for the board for the Reading Pagoda because they needed diversity.
Okay.
Right. And so they
no involvement at all of that part.
No involvement whatsoever in any kind of board to any capacity.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I had no idea what I was stepping into.
Yeah.
None. And next thing you know, I'm interviewing with the foundation, and you know, they didn't have any Latinos representing on the board. And I was like, okay.
It's a little weird for. So it's pretty predominant.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just like, wow, this is kind of weird, but I went with it. I was like, all right, God, you got me here for a reason, right? And so one thing led to another. I was on the board. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And a short time later, about a year later, next thing you know, they're nominating me for the vice president role.
Wow.
Right. And I was just like, I had no idea how a board even functioned.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a year and a half later, here I am as president to the most iconic piece in all the state, really.
Yeah.
Because people from all over the world come to the Pagoda. And here's a fun fact. You see that chimney?
Yeah.
It's the only one on this side of the world that has a chimney.
Get out.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So concrete and rebar from the foundation up to the second floor, from the second floor up, it's all wood. It's a wooden structure. So originally they had designed it, when the pagoda was erected, it was supposed to be a hotel. But those plans fell through. And so now we have this museum that's sitting on top of the mountain and it needs our help. So that's why we're here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of got involved with actually, you know, with the foundation. Was my name was thrown in and into the hat, and they're like, you need to talk to this guy, you need to have him part of your board, and next thing you know, here we are.
That's great.
It was all God. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like it. Yeah. I mean, just open door after open door after open door, and
for sure,
a path that you weren't even really set out for. Like never top of mind.
No.
So what do you? I'm assuming that's not your only role of being the president of the board here. So what else do you do?
So I am a bilingual outpatient mental health therapist.
Okay.
With an agency called Better View Counseling Trauma Recovery.
Okay.
And I provide outpatient services to its children and adults.
Okay.
That have, you know, they have concerns and they have a clinically diagnosed condition. And I also provide school-based therapy with Better View, but I contracted through the Muhlenberg School District.
Okay.
So elementary and their intermediate.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I do.
That's great.
Yeah.
So complete polar opposites.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, being on a board, being the president of the board, and then doing the outpatient work, which is, that's incredible to see God move through that. So
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I decided because when I graduated from college, because I went to school all on 13th Street.
Okay.
So it's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records.
13th Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
So from kindergarten all the way to college, all on 13th Street. 13th and Green, Northeast, Reading High, and then Albright with my undergrad, and then Albright with my grad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to move much.
I didn't have to move much, and I could have moved. You know, I moved around, I moved out, and I came back, but I realized I needed to establish myself here because I knew that, first off, I saw a shift in the population, right? Okay. And back then, there wasn't that many Latinos living in the city of Reading, especially when I was growing up. There weren't that many of us, right?
Yeah.
But then I started to slowly see a shift, and actually, one of my good friends, his father, who has now since passed, had said to me, pick up the language, be more fluent in your native tongue. He goes, because there's a shift and you're going to be a vital part of that movement. And so I was like, wow. And I didn't realize until years later what he actually meant.
Yeah.
And so now that's why I stayed. That's why I stayed. I was like, you know what? I need to establish myself here because people need me.
Yeah.
And I just want to be that conduit, right, of love and just being able to be that resource for people.
Wow.
So
who would have known?
Story. I know, right? Who would have known?
Who would have known? And a prophetic word spoken over you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you said
Oh
that
my
to you?
goodness. This is back in early 80s.
Oh, early 80s.
Yeah, early
Wow.
80s, and he
Stuck with you ever since.
It did, and actually, I got to speak with him. His my friend. His name is Mike Kinlick.
Okay.
And it was his father. One day, I just went to the house, and he told me, "Hey, listen, there's a shift."
Wow.
And he says, "Don't be ashamed of your Spanish heritage, and speak more of the language." And I did, because growing up for me, I kind of hid because I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Okay.
So it was a little bit of a struggle for me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But, the friends that I had, they loved and cared about me, and they just allowed me to be who I was. But it was just this thing, this up here, this block. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do this. And now here I am.
And how did that go from having that mental block to now you kind of specialize in working with mental, not necessarily like mental illness, but I would say like the mental side of life, for, especially men you work with too, right?
Because I allowed myself to be vulnerable, and I allowed myself to be transparent as to who I was as a person. And, every single one of us is broken, right?
Oh yeah.
And we all have our faults. And I was tired of hiding. I was like, I don't want to hide anymore.
Yeah.
And so I figured, if I allow myself to be intentional, transparent, and vulnerable, then maybe others will see that as well, and they can be the same thing. So that's what kind of led me on this path. And that has been the struggle for a lot of men and people in general, really.
Yeah.
So, but specifically for the men, it's been difficult for us. So,
yeah. I mean, I can definitely relate to that too. I mean, growing up, my dad wasn't around.
Same here. My dad wasn't involved either.
And, for me, it was, chasing after everything else that the world was telling me, or finding the wrong role models, trying to live up to be something that God never intended for me to be, and led me down very dark roads, very dark paths. And I know we've had conversations about this outside of this here, but my story involves a lot of battles with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, and attempts. And all of that was in the process of me trying to live out being somebody who I'm not, and who God didn't make me to be.
Don't we all fall in that trap too easily?
We surely can.
Yeah.
When we let the enemy speak louder than the voice of God,
I know.
But I think it's so powerful, and I love the fact that you focus on the honesty, the vulnerability, and just that transparency, because we all need that.
Yeah. When I do the therapy, I don't judge anybody. It's not my place to judge.
Yeah.
And I just offer a safe space. Like, what got you here? Because I don't know what it took for somebody just to walk in the doors of our office and sit down and talk to a to a complete stranger, and allow themselves to be vulnerable with their emotions. I don't know what they get, what it takes for them to get to that point. But I'm just present. It's like, listen, I don't know why you're here, but you're here, and let's just move forward. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And going back to the Pagoda now, obviously they're doing renovations, doing construction. We've got the fences up.
Yeah.
People still aren't listening.
No.
You want to just give a little message on, talking, about safety and why people should, kind of listen to adhere to the rules.
Right, for sure. Well, that's why I wanted us to be here.
Okay.
So obviously, what's that say?
It says, do not enter.
Do not enter.
Yeah.
Right? So this is an active construction site, okay? And it needs to be respected as an active construction site. Right. We don't want people to get hurt. Here's the thing. Just on the other side of this island here, right, we have the most amazing views of the city, something that you won't find this anyplace else in the world, but right here.
Yeah.
And that attracts people. And I totally get it. Listen, I'm a lifelong resident here. I get that we have the best views. But there are people that are working here. Right? So there are brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers. Somebody's relation is working there. And what we don't want is for carelessness, right? So just around the corner here, we actually had where somebody, rammed into the fence, right? So it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And if people can just be more mindful and just respect, and I get it, you want to be able to come up here, you want to be able to take selfies, you want to be able to just hang out. I understand all that, but it's just within reason. So obviously you can see, stop, do not enter, danger, peligro, no entre. This is an active construction zone, and we have to respect her, because if we don't want the worst to happen.
Right.
And that, where somebody gets hurt, and then whose fault is it then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we just stay away for right now.
Yeah.
Once it reopens, we welcome everybody back.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all we're asking.
I mean, I think that sounds pretty reasonable.
It sounds pretty reasonable, right?
Yeah.
But but again, as tourists and people come, I just want to go up there, I want to see it. Come on.
Yeah.
We're just asking for just a little bit of compassion, common sense, right? Just to stay away. Yeah, that's all.
I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense, right?
Right,
It
right.
makes sense.
Right.
And obviously what we also notice is, so obviously it says do not enter, but we have cars that actually come in this way. This is actually a one-way. It's not a two-way. Yeah. It's not built for that.
Right.
So that's just my 2 cents on it.
Yeah. And for the people that want to come, want to look and see the views and everything, can you give a little bit of a timeline of when they can expect renovations to be done? And
right. So 5 to 6 months. So that was about a month ago, a little over a month ago. And, come November, that should be where you can come in. Now, it doesn't mean that the pagoda is going to be open, because we're still trying to work all that out, what the pagoda is going to be after she is completely restored. So, but as you can see, you got heavy equipment. You have trucks that are coming by, but when you have heavy traffic from the residents coming up here, it just makes it problematic for them.
Right.
So, we're trying to eliminate that.
Yeah.
So the pagoda, I can't say what she's going to be when she reopens, but that's to be determined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be mindful, be respectful of the construction that's going on, and
that's all we're asking.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking.
Yeah. Because the last thing we'd want is something to make this go even longer.
Correct.
Something that's out of control.
Correct. And as you can see, you got tractor trailers that are backing up and everything like that, and so this is what we are concerned about.
Right.
Is this?
Yeah.
So just be a little bit mindful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know when it comes with the pagoda, to be able to sponsor or to help out with the work that's going on. Right. I know that you guys have had some pretty unique ways. You were part of one growing up in school, right?
Correct.
And you guys are bringing that back?
Yeah, it's called Pennies for the Pagoda, and that was with the elementary kids. And so those big, huge water jugs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So implementing that again, because they were able, when they did that campaign years ago, I wasn't around for that, they were able to collect a lot of money, which they still have.
Yeah.
And so re-implementing that, Pennies for the Pagoda, because the kids that actually donated pennies back then are now adults, and so they understand the significant impact that money has. So we're going to be reintroducing that.
Wow.
We have also collaborated with the Berks County Community Foundation, which is an agency here downtown. And so if people go on our website, the reddingpagoda.com, there's a donate button, and all the money, they collect everything. They do all this, the heavy lifting. Yeah. And people just want to be able to donate. You also have an online store that if you click, because we have some really cool swag, they can go ahead and buy something, and the proceeds go to the restoration fund.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see, the truck driver behind us. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how you can donate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Pennies for
the Pagoda, and then the Berks County Community Foundation, and then also the online store.
Okay.
3 ways you can give.
That's great.
Yeah.
And when it comes to being able to follow along, seeing the updates, and also just staying in the know of, I'm assuming there's going to be a big reveal of what the pagoda is going to be when the time comes.
Oh yeah. When the time comes, there's going to be when the time comes. We have a really good marketing team with Jennifer Adamas and Alexa Fryman, and she has her own Facebook called Burst Nostalgia.
Okay.
And so if you want to know more, so she actually does the drones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we do drone footage of all the activity. So it's step by step, so you get to see the progress.
Oh, that's amazing.
So when everything is kind of, they can go into the pagoda then they'll be taking pictures and some progress so people can see what's happening on the inside.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so you follow along on the website. Yeah. That's all I can say.
All right.
Yeah.
So people are going to get to, that's actually pretty cool that they're going to get to see once it's done, the step-by-step process of everything that's happened. That's amazing.
Correct. Yeah. And then obviously, with the drone, all that stuff is cool, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with the views that you get from it too. And
oh yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I can't wait to see that too.
And as you can see, we got a brand new flag.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the Patriotic Orders of the Sons of America donated that flag.
Okay.
And because that flag gets battered with the winds that are up here, right?
Yeah.
So they generously donate that flag, and so we put that flag up. Obviously, because there wasn't any flag up here for the longest time.
Right.
It got battered down, and obviously the rope, and all that stuff got taken down. So now we have a flag.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And who'd you say donated that again?
The Patriotic Order of the Sons of America are the ones. The ones that donated the flag.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love how it seems like the whole community is getting involved.
Correct.
Trying to preserve one of the
complete community involvement.
That's amazing.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And people can do. They can. There's an online survey that they can fill out. Okay. So it's not just the foundation's ideas. Okay. We are still collecting data. So if people want to fill out that survey online, they can do so.
Okay.
And then once we have collected all the data, in just a few weeks, we're going to be having the board's going to be getting together and figuring out, okay, what does the majority of the people want, and going from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that why we can't get a little bit of a spoiler yet?
No, you can't get anything. No.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
But I will tell you this.
All right.
So on the first floor, when you go in, they do have a kitchen off to the left. So if you enter from this side of the pagoda, there is a kitchen off to the left. It is a catered kitchen. It's not a full-service kitchen.
Okay.
So I know people saying, "Oh, can we make it a restaurant?" You need to have a full-service kitchen for that. But we could do some private catered events.
Okay. All right.
So just throwing that out there.
A little bit of a sneak.
Just a little sneak peek. So there is a kitchen there. We want to be able to utilize that because how cool would it be to be able to dine in there with a catered event?
Absolutely beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
And then have the views, because on the other side, there's some rooms up top, but having a view of the city, fine dining experience.
Wow.
Yeah. How cool would that be?
That'd be
and
really
then
cool.
also to have, obviously, it's a museum.
Right.
But then have it an educational piece. So schools, kids come in, the young kids.
Oh wow, that'd be great.
And they can tour the pagoda.
Yeah.
That's what it was when I was little. So it's fun times.
And then the future president of the board will be able to come through and
that's right.
and sing it too. Yeah. And then in years from now, we'll be able to have the same interview and with somebody new coming in through and gets to share that same story, which is wonderful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll pivot here one more time. I feel like you have a really great testimony with your faith in God. Do you want to share a little bit about that? What God's and your relationship with God has meant to you? And
it's a great question.
In your whole journey.
Yeah.
Just however much you want to share about it. Yeah. But I think you have a story that people would love to hear.
So I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
I was an altar boy, and I would, on Sundays when I would have to serve in church, my mom and I would walk to church, which was several blocks away.
Yeah.
And my mother is no longer with us. She's now with the Lord. And so religion was always a part of my life.
Okay.
I didn't fully understand the capacity of God's work in my life at a young age.
Yeah.
It was always talked about, but it was never really taught to me.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't have where we would sit down and open the Bible.
Right.
and read the Bible. And we didn't really do that. It was always like, this is what God wanted. This is what you need to do. So, so then my journey as I got older, I ended up getting married and then divorced, and I got separated from the church. I kind of just veered away from him.
Yeah.
And I found myself in a really dark place. And, went down a dark path. And I realized that I needed to kind of get back to the Word of God. I needed to find Him again. Because I was torn. I was angry. Yeah. I was angry when I was a little bit younger, and just a lot of questions. And I for one was like, I pray to you. You're not answering any of my prayers. Why should I continue praying to you?
Yeah.
Right? That's where I was. That's the headspace, right? And I was frustrated. But I was praying for the wrong stuff. And I didn't realize that until later on in life, that I was praying for the wrong things.
Yeah.
I always wanted, like just dumb things like, a new car. I want money. I want this and that. That's not what God sends us, right? So, I prayed for knowledge and I prayed for strength, and He put me in difficult situations.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I in this situation, right? Like, why all of a sudden now? Why is it that you took my mom, right? And my mom was the cornerstone of our family.
Yeah.
And I was really angry at that time when that happened, and I didn't really realize. And so this tattoo is symbolic to my mom. And so the 310 is actually when she passed away. Right. So that, to me, I carry that around forever.
Yeah.
But I didn't really realize like why you took her away from me.
Yeah.
And He wanted her for His kingdom.
Yeah.
Who am I to deny that, right?
Right.
But she blessed me for so many years of my life, and she was my mother, and still is, right? And one day I will see her again, right? But yeah, I was just in a really dark place, and then I came to find God once again in 2016, and got baptized again 2017, and I went on 2 missions trips, one to Nairobi, Kenya. And then the other one was to Costa Rica.
Wow. And
got heavily involved in the church and just being a part of men's ministry and being a part of small groups. And one of the things that I learned was, in church, God had His 12, right?
Yeah.
Small group. That's what He wants for us. He doesn't want us sitting in a pew in a long line, right?
Right.
It's all about groups.
Right.
Small groups, and just being involved that way. And so it took a long time for me to figure that out. A really long time for me to figure that out. And to this day, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I will say this though, that when life hits me hard, because every day life hits me hard.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers. Listen, I'm just as broken, busted, and disgusted, right? And I always say, listen, despite my many faults, God still loves me. And I really it's all because of Him. I give Him all the thanks and all the praise every single day.
Yeah.
Am I perfect? No way. Who is perfect, right?
Only one, right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I can't do it alone. I need Him. And I realize that I need Him. And, one thing that I've learned is, when we pray and we ask for things, and God always wraps it up in this nice little box.
Yeah.
He sends it to you. But do you know when you're going to get it?
No.
I don't know when I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things for me is patience. Yeah, I have a hard time with that because I'm very, I want things now. And
that's not how God operates.
That's not how God. I wish He did.
That would be nice sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I wish He did, but He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I got you. I'll send it to you. Yeah. But it's on my time. And I really struggle with that. I'll be honest, I really struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I don't know when you're gonna give it to me, but I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, He wants to see how faithful you are to him.
Yeah.
That I struggle with too.
Mm.
Because I'm a man.
Yeah.
But I'm of the flesh.
Right.
Right? And just that immediate gratification.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it's listen, I found myself in a dark place. It's you know, I resorted to alcohol and, you know, heavy drinker. But don't get me wrong, I still like my bourbons. I like to smoke my cigars.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to the extent that it was before.
Yeah. Because you're not using that as your...
It's not my crutch.
Yeah, your crutch anymore.
It's not my crutch. You know, as far as speaking about my dad, you know, my dad lives, you know, he lives back home. He's living in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
He would give you the shirt off of his back if he could.
Okay.
But was he a good role model? You know where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah.
And so I speak to him all the time, and I'm grateful that he's still around. My uncles were actually my fathers when I was growing up.
Mm.
They're the ones that taught me about life.
Yeah.
They said, don't do this, do that. And they had that, listen, come talk to me whenever you have a problem. Come talk to me when you don't have a problem. Let's get together.
Yeah.
I have 2 uncles that I speak to every single day to this day.
Wow.
Yeah. I have my Uncle Elias and my Uncle Chico that I talk to every single day. I'll call them. We'll send text messages. Yeah, they are my rocks.
That's great.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's just because I was intentional, because I knew that I needed to find it.
Yeah.
That positive role model.
Yeah. That's so important.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
It is. Yeah. So it's you know, I get the whole, you know, when you're in that dark place and you got those suicidal ideations, you can so easily fall into that trap of life would be so much better without me.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so true. And one of the things that I really notice is the fact that when it comes to men, especially Latino men, it's that machismo, it's that next man up, or man up, so I should say, man up, and, you know, suppress your feelings. No, you got to be tough. You can't talk about your feelings because there's going to be signs of weakness. Bullcrap. Yeah. It's sorry for, no, but I'm being real.
Yeah.
Like, stop that mentality.
Yeah.
We need accountability. You need accountability. I need accountability. Yeah. Who do we go to? Because it's so easy that when you're struggling through hard times, right, for you to say, you know what, I'm going to call my boys. Your boys call you, oh, let's go out. Don't worry about that. Let's go out to the bar. Let's go, you know, if you're going to a relationship, yo, let's go hook up with these girls, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to find those people. But what about the guys that say, no, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to stay focused. You need to not do that and go on this path and do this,
right,
and hold you accountable. Those are the real men that you need in your life.
Yeah.
Those are the real men.
Yeah, those are the ones that are there thick and thin.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's my story right there.
That's great. And I'm positive that people listening are going to relate to that. And I think that's a very powerful story.
Yeah. So so obviously I'm president of this foundation. So I also sit on the board for the Reading Education Foundation in Reading, working to provide grants and resources and tools for inner city youth to give, you know, this younger generation, they like to dream big, right?
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily always have the financial resources to do so.
Right.
So we provide special grants through donations that we collect throughout the year for them. The Northeast Alumni Association, where I went to middle school, and the Forge, which is a men's group. And, you know, we believe in iron sharpens iron, right?
Okay.
And we also believe in 3 pillars, which is positive imagery, service unto others, and quality fellowship, and what that looks like. So we meet once a month, then at the Alvernia downtown campus. It's the last Wednesday of the month from 5:45 to about 8.
Okay.
And it's just real core issues, whether it's, you know, we talk about financial literacy. We talk about depression, suicidal ideations, We talk about addictions to drugs, alcohol, and pornography.
Yeah.
What it means to be a leader in your own home, and then how that transitions to being a leader in the community. And it's just a bunch of men. You could have a man who's successful, a white collar, right, sitting next to a guy who's homeless, right,
Wow.
that come in and there's no judgment.
Wow.
It's just just for this last week, we were celebrating Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Right.
We had 70 guys, man.
Wow.
From young age, from high school up to old men, right?
Yeah.
And we just got together. So,
That's great.
yeah.
I'm trying to
That's
put it back
okay.
in.
That's okay. Because I allowed what I've learned is that, so through my actions, through my thoughts, and through my words, is I try to best represent God the best way possible.
Okay.
So how I treat others,
Okay.
how I speak to others,
Right.
what I do unto others, I feel that it has to best represent him.
Right.
Because that's what he wants from us, right?
Right.
And so it's really that simple. I'm not trying to complicate things. He doesn't want us to complicate things, right? Isn't it? I mean, the old way is through laws and, policies and the new Bible talks about, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is about love and understanding and how we are unto others, right?
Right.
Because when Jesus came here, that's what he wanted. He showed his love, his compassion, his empathy towards other people.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants from us, right?
Right.
But we live in a society that just does not, it's to some extent, it's poisoned, right?
Right.
It is. I mean, from the food that we eat to what we read to social media, it's poison. We allow ourselves to go down that damn rabbit hole, right? So I try not to do that. My emotions do sometimes get the best of me. I do react sometimes, and I need to be more proactive. But I always say, allow my actions, thoughts, and words to best represent you in the best way possible. And that's how I live. That's how I live every single day. Every single day, I let God. This is all you.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's as simple of an answer as I can give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to wrap it up here, do you have anything you want to share that we didn't get to discuss already, or is there any final thoughts?
Yeah, how are you feeling first off?
I'm good.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I guess I'm just a kid from Reading. I don't have everything figured out. Who does? Right? But I know that I need to be a resource. That's what I was put on this earth for, is to be a resource for people. I could have gone anywhere, but I decided to stay here. And I'm just, how I treat you is the way I want to be treated. Right?
Right.
And, I go to church and, try to get the word every single day. I get into scripture. But there are days where sometimes I don't do that because it's funny. Pastor Kyle Henson because I go to Spring Valley. One day he goes, "Oh, where were you? You weren't here last week." And I said, "Oh, I was busy." He goes, "That's funny that you mentioned that because we're actually going to be talking about that today."
Oh.
This busy world that we live in, and all God wants is just give him an hour, hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
We should not allow ourselves to be so busy that we forget what he has done for us and what he continues to do for us.
Right.
We gotta thank him. We gotta give him all the grace, all the praise and all the glory.
Right.
And I was like, man, that one stuck with me.
Yeah.
So when I say my life is busy, I gotta stop and I just have to allow myself to be more present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just who I am, man. This is what you see is what you get. I'm not some fancy schmancy. I'm just, here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's just me and being a part of this and being a part of the other boards that I'm on and I'm Reading, so
Reading's is grateful to have you.
Thank you. I'd like to think that way.
Yeah.
I'd like to
It's
think
nice to think that way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's I like to give back in any way that I can give back. And, you know, do I have people that, you know, we all have our enemies, right?
Right.
We all have our enemies, and that's okay. Right. And I just extend that olive branch and be like, okay, here I am. Let's talk. And some people don't have the same views as I do, and that's okay. I still love them no matter what.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for your time.
No, man, I appreciate it. I hope you get better, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the highlights of today's conversation, drop a like, comment, and share this video so that more people can hear this amazing story. If you want to watch the full 1 hour unedited version, click the link in the description. Don't forget to follow this page to experience even more amazing stories. And remember, our community thrives when local business succeeds. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.